my top 5 international players of all time. So start out with Luka Doncic, Luka Magic, um, super dynamic, 6'8" point guard, like 30 a night, give you about 10 assists, maybe, 8, 9, if not 10 rebounds a night. Um, plays at his own pace that I love. He doesn't play. He's very good at change of pace, but primarily he plays at his pace at a slow pace. Um, and nobody can speed him up. Nobody can, you know, make him, you know, move at the pace that they want him to move. He plays at his own pace. He controls the tempo of the game. Can go down potentially. Um, he as the greatest international player, if not top 3 of all time, in my personal opinion. Then I'm gonna go Dirk Nowitzki, you know, NBA champ, 10 plus All Stars. Um, had master that leg, that 1 foot jumper. Um, he could shoot all types of unorthodox jumpers and make it. Um, big fan of Dirk's game. Then I'm gonna go Shea Gilgis. Shea, I've said it a number of times. That's another guy. That's one of my favorite players at the current day. Um, unguardable. Like I don't really know what you can do with Shea that, you know, on the defensively. You just gotta hope he misses the shot because he has too many ways to score basketball. Um, master of, he could shoot the three. He could get to the rim, finish, dunk on you, and super elite with that mid range. He does that. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Then he does that slight shoulder push off to get the space, and then he pulls up. So I think that's he's just unguardable. Like I said, has to handle um, to get guys involved. So yeah, Shea, then Nikola Jokic. If you're a fan of the game of basketball, you're a basketball purist, as I would say. You're a big fan of Nikola Jokic. If you're just a person who watches the NBA for the sake of entertainment and just leisurely time type thing, may not be too much of a fan of him. But I'm a big fan of Nikola Jokic. Currently, he's averaging 30, 10, and 10. His game keeps improving, getting better. He does what he does. The thing about him is he does it efficiently, at a very, very efficient percentage. What he does, he's super efficient. Um, Gives guys easy shots. I mean, he to me, he's currently the best player in the NBA. So yeah, Nikola Jokic, uh, three-time MVP and NBA champion. So yeah, Nikola Jokic. Then I gotta go. Lastly, Giannis Antetokounmpo, NBA champion, MVP. Just a dynamic guy. He's coming at you. He's like a bigger Russell Westbrook. He's coming at you full speed, nonstop. At about what 6'10", 6'11", or something like that. If not even 7 foot or something like that. Has the athleticism, the toughness. Can do the post up. He can get to the rim. Um, he's a decent shooter. He's a pretty decent shooter. He gets some slack. People saying he's not that good of a shooter. He's a pretty good, decent shooter. So yeah, that rounds out my list. Then I got some honorable mentions. Uh, Joel Embiid, MVP, um, missed a 73-point game. Currently it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of cloudy with him with his situation with the Sixers. I don't know exactly what's going on right now, but you know, when he's on that floor, he's unguardable. There's nothing you can do with Joel Embiid because he can shoot the three. He could break you down the dribble, hit pull up mid range. He got the post moves. He can actually bring the ball up the court, go coast to coast, finish. Then he's like 7'2", and he's huge. So it's easy. He's just unstoppable. He's a defensive presence. He's great at on the defensive end. He can facilitate. He can assist. So Joel Embiid is just super dynamic. I hope the situation with him in Philadelphia, they figure something out. Then I gotta go Manu Ginobili. Mister just split the double team and dunk on you. Greatest six-man of all time, MVP, NBA Finals MVP. If he was on another team, probably would have made more All-Star games. But for the sake of that, dynasty, San Antonio, he played off the bench. So Ginobili, then lastly Tony Parker, another guy who's a part of that Spurs dynasty, Hall of Famer. If I don't know if he's already in or if he's still waiting, but he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame if he's already not. But master that floater game was his go-to. That floater game was A1. Great at the mid-range as well. He was great at the mid-range. He became a better three-point shooter as his career, progressed and things of that nature. Good, really great point guard throughout his career. So yeah.